Hello and welcome to a Wednesday Waffle. What am I going to talk about this week? Who knows? No, it's going to be our videos that are upcoming and what we've been up to, what we're going to be up to, and maybe, just maybe, a little talk not about the current pandemic but about things surrounding the pandemic and what people need to do or not to do. Because who am I to give guidance? Well, what I'm going to do is talk about the guidance and sources for guidance, particularly in Scotland. Anyway, videos. What have we got coming up? Well, on Friday we've got What's in a Name, which is the video and drone part of the visits to Fort Fides, or was it Colquhoun Castle? Who knows? Plenty of drone footage in that one though, well worth a watch. What have we got next week? Well, on Monday, photo diary from our Burghead trip. Last year, I can say that now. So Waffle on Wednesday. And Friday, drone footage and video from Burghead. And we'll be taking a different look at the Harvest Reaper, which is the boat that's on the hard standing near the park up. So what have we been up to? Well, since the last Waffle, we've been away for Christmas. It was going to be Christmas in Hogmanay, but as you know, the whole of mainland Scotland went into Tier 4, and although it wasn't clear from the guidance, we decided to curtail her trip and head for home on Christmas Day. So those videos are in the process of being done and will be out shortly. At the moment, what we're going to do is stay at home. There's not a lot we can do while the current T4 is in place. In fact, we've now gone beyond T4 since Tuesday night. Since Monday night, we're on. They're calling it lockdown, but it's like an enhanced Tier 4. It's some things are different to the way it was last year in lockdown, but a lot of things are the same. But to that end, we're at home. We're not able to travel out for the weekend and go on donders like we've been doing. So we will be going out on day trips though to do our exercise. And if we go somewhere nice, we'll take the cameras along, and if it's somewhere I can fly, and no doubt take the drone along as well. And that's really all we're going to be doing. Now, I said something about COVID guidance. The guidance I'm going to be giving isn't do this, do that, do the other, and you won't get COVID. It's where you get the do thises and do that's. Right. There are discrepancies between what politicians do and what politicians say. We all know that. But if you listen to the speeches and etc., you're not getting the full picture about what the lockdown, the tiers, etc. mean. This is not just limited to Scotland, but in particular, what I'm talking about is Scotland. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, what the hell, or whatever else other app you use, is not the place to get your guidance. In fact, the media these days is not the place to get your guidance. Both the governments of Scotland and England have excellent guidance websites. Now, I've explained this before about health and safety, and I'm going to explain the same thing to do with COVID. COVID in the UK be it England or Scotland. I can't speak for Wales or Northern Ireland, I don't look at their assembly stuff. But the COVID regulations are exactly that. They're regulations. They come from the COVID-19 Scotland Act, or whatever they call it, and the whatever they call it down in England, right? And that's the law. Now, because it's called what's called an enabling act, they operate off regulations. The regulations that you have to work under, these the government can go, you saw how quickly they came up with, they don't have to go through all the phases of Parliament, etc., etc. They can come out with these regulations under the Enabling Act. They can be approved or not approved by Parliament of either sort. However, that's not what we're going to. It's the guidance. The only place you should be taking guidance from is the relevant government website, be it Scotland or England, and what it says in there. Not what the MPs are saying, not what the various local newspapers are saying, and certainly not what you get off anti-social media. It sticks in the throat to say, but the government website is the place to go for the advice and the guidance. Now, that advice and guidance isn't always perfect. In fact, sometimes there's confusion in that guidance. I'll let you go and find out some points of it. What that causes, where that is, who did it, whatever, is not for me to say. But under the Enabling Act laws, you cannot be prosecuted or fined for following the official guidance. Under health and safety, the Health and Safety Act allows for the various regulations, and the Health and Safety Executive produce guidelines. If you follow those guidelines, you cannot be prosecuted. They may then change the guidelines because they've found that your interpretation is different, but if you can look and say that's what it says, you can't be prosecuted. Same applies to these. It's an enabling act with regulations, and it has to have guidance. If you follow the guidance, you can't get prosecuted. More importantly, that's the guidance which they've set down, hopefully to stop us getting infected. Now, I'm not going to go into the fact that the numbers seem to increase just when it's politically needed, etc., etc. But I will say that if you do some research, you can certainly think about the period up to Christmas, because it's out there in the news that this new variant of COVID was known in the 6th of October. So October, November and December were all wasted. Somebody's at fault for that. Why didn't they take the advice until a week before Christmas? Anyway, perhaps they should read their own guidance. I've waffled on long enough. Thanks for watching this far. Thank you for watching this week's Desmond's Donuts. Please take nothing but memories, leave nothing that tracks. We hope you enjoyed it and you'll join us next time. In the meantime, please think about subscribing.